Shall we try this again then? Hello everybody and welcome back to GB3 in 2025 and welcome back to Brands Hatch as we get ready for race number 2 of the weekend. Now, it has been quite the day and unfortunately for the wrong reasons. We had a big crash in the Ginetta race earlier on that took place straight after GB4 and it was directly earlier than the GB3 race that we were scheduled to have. And that GB3 race unfortunately did not take place due to that incident. Now, we have received a bit of news when it has come to some more statements have come involving the incident. We will read those to you in a few moments time. However, at the moment as it stands, there is no definite news on what is going on and complete update in terms of 100% news when it comes to the health of both drivers. Now, this is race number 2 for GB3. We're just getting ready. The cars are making their way into the pit lane, so they're all ready and set to go. In the commentary box, my name is Omi, and joining me will be Wes. As you can see on screen, we're just finishing up the British GT race, so just to make sure you guys have the actual information you want, we've got this grid that the grid that the drivers will be starting from as well up there for you as well at the moment. Now, when it comes towards what we've seen at Brands Hatch so far, the start earlier on of the day, quite positive. We've had some great racing. GB4, as we mentioned, that was amazing as well. And GB4 unfortunately will not be getting another race this weekend. Their race has been cancelled. So, in terms of your scheduling, it looks like this. We go racing for GB3 in a round, I'd say 20 to 30 minutes time we will be going, depending on British GT and when all of that finishes. So, you don't have to wait long for this race. Of course, that's why we're live. The race will be beginning soon for that. GB3 race 3, we will be go at 5:55. Be there before us. Be there before that, though, because the race can start usually a little bit more earlier if possible. But it's a condensed schedule, and as I mentioned, GB4, their race has been postponed. So, they were meant to have a reverse grid race, race number 3. That will not happen for the GB3 Championship, and instead they will do another race at Donington Park. That will be their season finale. We, though, still have plenty more rounds to go. Well, I'd say plenty, but we've only really got these 2 races coming up. We've got Donington, and then we've got the Temple of Speed at Monza. So, rounds are running out. Rounds are ticking when it comes to the GB3 Championship in 2025. So, there is, right now, absolutely no guarantees of how this one's going to unfold. What we can tell you, though, is that we, as I mentioned earlier, have received statements. So, to summarize it all, GB4 will not be getting another race. GB3 will be going ahead, and the streams have been scheduled so you are aware of the start times as well. So, Ginetta crash, which of course caused the race number 2, this one that we're in right now, it caused it to be postponed. The update that we have received from Ginetta themselves stated during today's Ginetta Junior Championship race at Brands Hatch, an incident occurred involving the number 17 and the number 13 cars. The driver of number 17, Max Murray, was taken from his car and is under assessment from the circuit medical staff. The driver of number 13, Katrina E, has been cleared by the circuit medical staff, and Ginetta will provide further updates in due course. It was a horrifying accident. It was a T-bone accident earlier, and we send our prayers to both drivers in hope that they are okay as well. Make sure you trust official sources when it comes to this. When we have any news, we will update you across our 2 GB3 broadcasts that we have this weekend. With that out of the way, the show will go on. We will get going with our second race of the weekend. We have some build-up to do. Let's head down and hear what the VRDC racing teammates have to say. First of all, with Rodrigo Gonzalez.
There's a lot more grip. It's a learning experience right now for us.
And Patricio, same sort of thing?
Yeah, same thing, especially the tracks.
no, we don't have as much track time as everyone else, so we struggle a lot at the beginning. And we're starting to get more acclimatized to the things over here than in the US.
Of course, you've come a long way to come and race in the championship. You know, what brought you to the championship? Why are you guys here?
We're here to learn as much as possible, gain as much experience, become the best form we can be. And I think the GB3 is the perfect championship to do that.
And this weekend you're with VRD Racing as well. Great team, we know they've been in the championship many years. How are they working with you? Have they been helpful so far?
Yeah, the team has been amazing with us, helping us every step of the way, and we're grateful to be here.
And it would be remiss of me, you know, brothers in the same championship, racing for the same team. Of course, you're competitive with everyone else, but probably you guys more competitive with each other than anyone else?
Yeah, but we're also siblings and teammates, so we always try to help each other. Racing-wise, we always try to help each other in the track, never mess one another, instead always pushing together.
Amazing, and of course it would be good to have someone sharing the experience with you as well, you know, someone you know so well.
It's amazing having your brother. If you manage to beat him, if not, it goes not as good in your house.
And who's going to come out on top this weekend?
Hopefully me.
Of course, I knew that was going to be the answer. Looking ahead, of course, you guys have come over the pond over here to race. Looking at the future, what are your aspirations? You know, what do you want to achieve in your careers?
Obviously, right now we're in Europe. We're going to try to do as much as possible we can do here in Europe. Try to get F1 if it's possible. If not, we think realistically IndyCar is a more realistic goal, and that's something we can push.
And how do you think you're going to achieve that? What's your goals for the short term to medium term for that, Patricio?
I really don't know the future, but just focus on this right now. That's what we can do, and try your best at every moment.
Well, watch out for both Gonzalez brothers in the GB3 Championship and also Motorsport going forward. Guys, great to have you in the Championship. I hope you're enjoying racing in the Championship so far, and we'll see you both as teammates this weekend at VRD Racing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And they're not only together in the team, but they're also together on the grid, kind of. Rodrigo starting 18th, Patricio starting 19th on the grid with VRD for this upcoming race. Great to see the brothers over here getting to grips with the GB3 car. Also returning, another driver from, they're from South America. Nikita Johnson's from North America. The Americas, I think you called it the Americas. Nikita Johnson is back. He did 3 rounds in FIA F3, and he's back now doing GB3. A little bit of a tricky one for him this weekend, though, after what happened in qualifying.
Yeah, unfortunately, had a mechanical issue in qualifying, which meant he didn't really set any representative lap times. Driver that we expect to be at the very least into the top 10, some often towards the front. He's had to fight his way through, but had a good recovery drive yesterday from pretty much the back, well, actually the back of the grid. Fought his way up, made 5 or 6 positions, got himself, I think he finished in about 15th place. He was 14th place, sorry Nikita, 14th place in the end. So he'll be looking to do the same again. Luck's not been on his side, unfortunately, for Nikita. Sometimes things go with you, sometimes things go against you. This has been one of those years for Nikita where maybe the rub of the green has been against him, but I spoke to him and he's taken it very stoically, using it as an opportunity to build his resilience and hoping that potentially in future that the tide of luck might swing back his way and potentially when it matters more.
A very mature and level-headed guy, considering he's jumping in a different car all the time. And also he's one of these great father-son connections with his dad Obi, and they're travelling the world together and doing some cool stuff together. They love fishing together when they're not racing. They love being at racetracks. And also last night I saw them, they were at the Big Easy at Blue Water, if anyone knows that, eating some kind of American food, so like a home away from home, which was pretty cool. Before they headed down and got themselves some shrimp and ribs, Piers caught up with Nikita yesterday.
Nikita, really unfortunate not to get the laps in quali. Mechanical failure meant you started from the back of the field in race 1, but you fought your way back as best you could in that first race.
Yes, it was a bit tough just after qualifying, thinking that we could have probably had a good top 6, top 8. I think there was some big improvements coming from practice on the driving side and a little bit on what I wanted out of the car, but I can't thank the high-tech boys enough for getting the car already, because, as you know, they had to take the whole engine out, put it back in, and redo everything. So it was cutting it a little bit close, but they got it all sorted, and the car ran perfect in the race.
And we saw you make some pretty tasty moves out there. I suppose the silver lining to the cloud of you not having qualifying is you're getting to practice your overtaking around the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, which is notoriously not easy.
Yeah, so it's very difficult, especially with the back section, like turn 5, 6, 7, right around there, those 3 rights. It's just tough to follow in the high speed, so you have to really make it up in the braking into 1 and turn 2. So it was fun. It was just having to wait for the right opportunities and just bounce when they'd make a mistake.
Pace hasn't really been an issue throughout the season. You've been there or thereabouts when you've been with us, but it seems like things, you haven't been rubbing enough, lamps for genies and good luck. What can you do to turn this luck around?
I'm not too sure. I mean, we've gotten hit a few times or had car problems or something, and going to F3, so I missed 2 rounds. So I don't know. We just have to go figure out how to be lucky and put a good solid weekend together. So hopefully tomorrow the 2 races will be good. We get a lot of points in reverse grid, and then we go to Donington and qualify top 3 and go win. I'm really wanting a win in the GB3. So
of course, you've been here last year with us and you nearly got there, maybe again this year. Let's touch on that F3 just very briefly. Of course, you've sampled F3 a couple of times this year. I think there's a chance that you might even be doing some more later on. How is it going from proper F3, just as a guest drive, to then back in GB3? Does it take much time to get back used to the car? Is there much difference?
A little bit. I mean, I think the biggest difference are the tire grips. They're both Pirellis, but with FIA F3 is you have so much grip for 1 lap, so qualifying is right on the limit and you have a lot of grip. Compared to these tires, a little bit less grip, same as the Freca, they have less grip. But the biggest thing is just the high speed. When you come from a higher downforce car and come back to a lower downforce car, you have to kind of recalibrate everything. And that's a bit what I've struggled on, and I think most people that do that, either if they're going F3 back to Freca or GB3, or in the States going up and coming back down, they can relate that it's just very hard going from a higher downforce car to lesser.
Well, I'm sure you'll get used to it. Of course, you're joining us again for Donington, so we look forward to that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you carve your way through the field again in race 2. I look forward to that one.
Thank you very much.
Nikita Johnson there, who will start last in the race but made up a lot of places yesterday. We spoke about brothers and family connections. His younger brother, also a racing driver as well. Obi, his dad, was telling me that if he's not there, he's not fishing, he's there supporting his younger brother as well. And Nikita, I'm sure, giving him some huge tips as well. Let's talk about another one of our drivers that's come in a bit like what the Gonzalez brothers are doing now. He came in at the end of 2023 to see if GB3 was the right fit for him, Patrick Herzenreuter. Then he did a full season last year. You might remember his hard rock car that was incredibly bright and vibrant on the grid. Miami Blue. And then obviously Patrick Herzenreuter doing another season now, second in the championship and really in that title fight. Piers, you've been impressed with him? Yeah,
Herzenreuter's been really good this year. He's not been spectacular on a number of occasions, but he's always been there or thereabouts, and ultimately that's a really important skill for these drivers to cultivate to be successful at winning championships and in their later career when they hope to be full professional racing drivers. Because at this stage, these drivers, they might on their bio it might say professional racing driver, but they're not earning money yet. The hope of that is to become a professional racing driver. And Pat, the number of top 10s and number of top 5s he's had is very impressive. And he was quick coming into this weekend in the pre-event test, would have potentially hoped to have been taking pole, but even when he didn't take pole, yesterday, 4th place, when you're disappointed with 4th place, your level's pretty high.
Yeah, he'll start 4th on the grid for this upcoming race on the 2nd row of the grid, and Piers caught up with him yesterday after said race.
Pat, race 1 done and dusted, a good result, not quite the podium that you would have wanted. Talk to us about, the start of the start. Great launch, but couldn't quite hold it with Freddie.
Yeah, really good launch off the line. I mean, a fair bit of wheel spin, but better than everyone else, which is what you're looking for. And then got alongside Fred into turn 1, and everyone just crowded in a bit. So unfortunate not to get out the inside of him. I think next time I'll just keep my foot in it. And then he's done a good job to get to P2. But then after that, around here it's pretty hard to overtake, and we'd all sort of drop back into our lap times respectively.
Yeah. Not too bad result for the championship. I know you're fighting on to try and get at least 2nd place and see what you can do with Alex Ninovic, although he's looking pretty unbeatable this weekend. I suppose, is the championship on your mind at this stage, or are you taking it one race at a time?
Oh, look, people ask you about it quite often, what are you doing, what do you think about the championship? But, whether you're coming first or coming last, you're still trying to do the best job you can do. Alex's package looks pretty nice to drive. So, I'll just let him do his thing, but we just can focus on ourselves and, at least pull points for P2 in the championship, which I did in the last race. So.
Yeah, it looks like as a team as well, you're really gelling at this later stage in the season. A new team to GB3, of course, the new car this year as well. As a team, it looks like you're really taking steps forward.
Yeah, it's been good fun this season, developing a new car with new people, building those relationships. So very happy with that. And for sure in the last few rounds, we've taken big steps. Had a cracker at Zandvoort, struggled a little bit, and now we're back at the pointy end.
And you like this circuit as well?
Yeah, I love it out the back there.
Pat, we'll see how you get on in the race 2 and 3. Good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
Patrick Hudson-Reuter from XL Motorsport. Hello to everyone watching down under. A lot of Australian interest in the championship this year, and a lot of Australian drivers doing incredibly well. Patrick currently second in the championship going into this second race of the weekend. And a lot of people watching all around the world. If you're maybe supporting the Gonzalez brothers or one of the Australian drivers, or maybe Kiani Al-Azari from the Middle East, you might not have a full picture of the new GB3 car for this year. It's a seriously impressive bit of kit. And to fill you in a little bit more, here's Lewis McGlade.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've been through that already, so we're just going to continue on and continue yapping on like we do best. So, if you are just joining us, this is race number 2 that we're getting ready for. At the moment, race number 3 you can expect coming your way at 5:55 later on as well. So we're just currently at the moment waiting and in the process of getting this GB3 race underway. Of course, the British GT has just finished as well. GB3 Championship on social media saying, let's try this again. We're all ready for the second race at Brands Hatch. So yeah, all of the cars in picture. Some cloud cover has come. Nothing that is going to stop us, though. Do not worry at all. Just a bit of cloud cover, and we will continue to wait for any news as well from the Ginetta. It's been a couple of hours off the crash that took place earlier on, and I'm sure there will be people to support Max Murray. So we will keep you up to date with that. So that's just a bit of an overview if you are just joining us at the moment right now. But if you have been with us so far this weekend, well, you would have seen earlier on we talked you through. We had Piers Pryor talk you through a lap around the Brands Hatch circuit, and guess what? I'm delighted to say we're going to make him do it once again for you on this broadcast. A challenging circuit. It is a driver's circuit. It means that the challenge is high and there is a high chance that mistakes can happen. It's about remaining close and trying to force some mistakes from your rivals. Okay, here we go then. It is going to be time for Piers Pryor to talk you through a lap around this circuit with Kai Darianani, who pushed on around this circuit, and we've got footage of it, and we got Piers Pryor to voice it over for us as well around this 11th turn circuit, and 2.4 miles in total.
Thank you very much, Lewis. As you can see, the assembly area here is just emptying out. Canato Lee going out, Abby pulling there in the Rodin car with the pink.
I think that got cancelled, unfortunately, because they're all making their way out onto the circuit. Apologies for that one. I think GB3 did it anyway earlier on, and I think they had, and I think they got fed up. I think they got fed up of it as well. Okay. Sorry, we were hearing some production. I think GB3 unfortunately had their producer going through. We have reached our destination of Brands Hatch Race 2. Welcome to the 17th race of the year. Let's try this one once again in the GB3 Championship, which is partnered by the BRDC. We are getting ready to race around the circuit that opened in the 1950. Fastest lap belongs to Alex Ninovich around the circuit at 1 minute 18.739. He pushed on and on and on. This is one of those venues where if you can get a win, it just means that little bit more. It is high challenge, it is high attack, and it is all action like it always is in the GB3 Championship as well. It is going to be a fascinating race. It will be either 25 minutes or 18 laps, whichever one comes first. We're going to give this one a go once again. GB4 has had their race cancelled, as we've already mentioned. We have cars making their way through on this formation lap as well. They're currently making their way on to the grid. It's going to be a very, very fascinating and crazy race as we always get in this GB3 championship as well. In the commentary box, my name is Omi, delighted to be with you, and now also joining me is Wes, who is here to help me talk you through the action. Let's quickly run you through the grid. It's Alex Ninovich next to Freddie Slater. They share the front row of the field for this race number 2 of this weekend. Can Slater get the jump? It'll be interesting to see. Fairclough and Hoynton-Roder have row 2. They are in P3 and P4. We heard from Hoynton-Roder a few moments ago about how he's been going on the attack and then some this season along with his team. Pradell in 5th. And then he will be going on the attack. You have Kai Darianani in 7th. Kanatali is in P8 on our grid for hill speed. And then it's Abby Pulling in 9th. Enzo Tanvanichkul in 10th place for the Red Bull Junior as well. In 11th, we are going to find ourselves with Will McIntyre. He will be next to Jack Sherwood, who was off the road yesterday once, and then had an issue and found himself going off the road. It brought an end to his race. He's in P12. Reza Siburutan is in 13th, and then he's next to Keanu Al-Zahari, who will be going from P14 on the grid. Noah Lyle is alongside Lucas Flusha. Noah Lyle with some great results across this championship so far. It will be quite the ask if he is to do it from 15th today, though. And then it's Flynn Jacques in 17th, next to Rodrigo Gonzalez, as he is with his brother. They're part of the same team, and they're on the same part of the grid, because Gonzalez, that's Patrico Gonzalez, is in 20th, and then he's next to Bianca Bustamante, and at the back, with issues in qualifying, is Nikita Johnson. Very quickly, as we're coming onto the grid, Wes, hello to you.
Yes, hello, Omi. Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm a bit late, but yeah, the cars are just forming up on the grid now, and we're going to get ready for a very, very exciting race here today.
Alex Ninovich placing his car directly towards the side of Freddie Slater. I think his intent is clear that he wants to chop across the hill speed driver down towards Paddock Hill Bend. We have cars lining up on the grid. These are nervy moments. This is the second race of our GB3 weekend. Race number 3, the reverse grid, will be coming up later on in a few hours' time. Well, let's give this one a go again. After a long delay, we still, of course, send our thoughts to the drivers involved in that incident and hope for good and positive news. But for now, in the GB3 Championship, let's go racing in Brands Hatch. The lights go out and the race begins, and it's a good start for Ninovich, who chops across Slater, who is going to be ahead of Deegan Fairclough. Hoynton-Roder looking in his mirrors because Pradell is directly there. We make our way through turn number 1, Paddock Hill Bend on this circuit. Looks like they've all got through at the moment in time. Pulling getting the chop, and Pulling trying to keep her foot in. It's Kai Darianani who was chopping across her at the moment. Slater with a run. Slater with a run. Is he going to be able to take the lead? Did he get there? He was definitely thinking about it. He couldn't get there though, as we have some gravel and grass being kicked up in the background. There's Pulling trying to make a move, Wes, and Al-Zahari's on the attack of Tan Van Itchkull as well.
Yeah, Flynn Jacques it was who went wide at
Al-Zahari
Graham Hill.
spun, and he's in the wall. He's in the wall, Al-Zahari. He got spun around on the grass, and that is his race possibly over unless he can get that one going.
Yeah, I don't know. He made quite a lot of contact there with the barriers. I think he might be out of the race. Yes, he is. He's coming to a stop now with no front wing on the front of the car. So, yeah, hard luck there from Al-Zahari. But, yeah, we didn't quite see who it was he made contact with, but I'm sure we'll get a replay.
Absolute brawl on the opening lap. You can tell that these drivers had to sit 1 hour in their car waiting for this one to get underway. We've got the safety car out on the circuit. They're still racing at the moment though, as Ninovich makes his way through. So of course our timings are slightly ahead of the action that we're seeing on the circuit at the moment. Here we go, some wheel to wheel going on. The hill speed drivers trying to go on the attack. That's Kanato Lee, and he's on the back of Kai Darianani at the moment. So it was tie between Kai Darianani and Abby Pulling I saw in the opening sector. But it's Ninovich, Slater and Fairclough. So the top 3 are in order as we get the safety car out there onto the circuit on the opening tour. Unfortunate contact for Al Zahari. We'll look at a replay. Could it have been contact with Tan Van Ichkel he was battling with? We'll bring you up to date with that one. It'll be interesting to see, but I know Tan Van Ichkel was battling hard with him, so let's see that in a few moments' time. But the field making their way through, Wes, and yeah, it was very clear, wasn't it? It was very clear that these drivers waited so long to get this one going, and they went all guns blazing at the start.
Yeah, they certainly did, and we're just having a look at Al-Azhari now. Just having a look at the back of his car, he's going to be so frustrated. He had a great run in 2 of the 3 races at Silverstone, but yeah, so far not able to translate that here. And I think it was Tom Van Ichkel, you know. There was a couple of drivers who he was around, Tom Van Ichkel and possibly Suwarathan. So, yeah, just unable to keep it out of the barriers, unfortunately. So no points for him from this race.
Absolutely. What a dramatic day it is turning out to be here at Brands Hatch. And now we will get into formation and we will look to get going. But the critical thing was, I think, for Ninovic was that he got the start that he needed off the line this time around, unlike yesterday. And he found himself able to control things. Slater gave him some threat when it came to a few meters on in the next few corners. But Paddock Hill Bend was controlled. And on the evidence of yesterday, overtaking is tricky. So that was vital.
Yeah, Slater's really throwing everything he's got at Alex Ninovic, but yeah, Ninovic seems to be more than a match for anything that Freddie's got up his sleeve. So yeah, we'll see what this safety car restart looks like. I know yesterday Alex seemed to catch Freddie sleeping a little bit off of that restart, but yeah, definitely see what else Freddie Slater has left in his arsenal.
Absolutely. Freddie Slater's such a good, talented driver. Always finds a way. Always goes for those risks. And he knows he's not a championship contender when it comes to this series this year, because he's not doing most of the races due to his FRECA commitments. So he gets to go out there, have a bit of fun, enjoy himself, and basically don't have to take the cautious approach that he may have to take in FRECA as well. So he gets to have a bit of fun here. He gets to go for some moves, and he'll know that Alex Ninovic has to think about the championship as well. So the marshals, we thank all of the marshals for all of their work. They are currently assessing in what way did they recover this BWT Alpine liveried machine in GB3, and it looks like they are going to try and pick it up.
You're gonna lift it.
They're gonna try and lift it. Oh, they got the front. They have to get the front wing underneath it. What they're gonna do now? Here we go. Oh, they're gonna cut away. Oh, what a shame. I was looking forward to watching that.
I know these cars are light, but goodness, that's gonna be a job and a half to try and lift it behind the barriers. But yeah, all credit to the marshals there. They're a great team, and without them, we wouldn't be able to go racing. So yeah, massive respect for them. And they've now cleared it away, so it's behind the barrier. So yeah, hopefully we should be able to get this race back going again here very quickly.
Magnificent scenes. And yes, a special thanks to them as well. A special thanks. We of course always like to thank them, but especially on a day like today with what they had to deal with. They're the first ones who had to respond and go to what was such a frightening accident, where we're still awaiting news on Max Murray in terms of course, we're still expecting a further statement to come later on as well. He's just being treated by the medical staff at the circuit, so it is going to be a day where the marshals deserve a lot of credit, because you see a big accident like that, we all just think of those drivers at that moment, but those are the marshals who have to go straight to the scene of the accident and have to try and get the drivers. And from what we've been hearing about what was going on the scene as well, it wouldn't have been an easy an easy experience for any of them. So we thank them for allowing us to go motor racing and being so quick when it comes to big crashes and moments like what we had in the Ginetta race earlier on as well. So we've already talked you through the schedule. The fans enjoying themselves as well. It's been a nice sunny day. I mean, we were mentioning, Wes, weren't we? Nice sunny day so far. Nice day for a bit of motor racing.
It certainly is. Yeah, the crowd seem to be enjoying themselves immensely. A couple of them have bought some very interesting looking gazebos and are having barbecues underneath them. So, yeah, envy them a lot right now, I've got to say. They've really got the best seats in the house.
Oh, absolutely. Brands Hatch. One of those great circuits. Of course, we brought you live coverage of the from the circuit. We brought you live coverage of the test that there was. Are we getting the safety car in? Yes, we are. We are getting the safety car in. And perfect news. It means that we're about to get green flag racing once again. Alex Ninovich, championship leader, leading the field all the way back to the green flags. Freddie Slater, though, will try and stick with him, as we will push on, flat to the floor, round 2, the final corners, and we will come onto the start-finish straight and go to the green flags once again in GB3. Ninovich, Slater, Fairclough, the top 3, as we go racing once again. Is there anyone who can try and forge a way through? Ton Vanichko looks like he's under pressure, and that was Seaworthen having a look, but nothing other than that.
Yeah, Seaworthen trying to look around the outside. He'll do well to get round there. He's having a go, you know. He's out. Tom Vanichko shows him the edge of the track, kind of understandably. And someone off in the background, one of the XL cars, who's now trying to go around the inside. Oh, I think that's Sherwood, isn't it?
That was really aggressive stuff. Sending one to the inside and making the move at the moment. So Ton Vanichko now looks like he's the driver under a bit of pressure at the moment. Lucas Flusha getting himself in the mix. Flusha next to Ton Vanichko. You've got Seaworthen there as well. This is not the type of circuit where you want to be brawling in this way, but Ton Vanichko will just about keep it together. And now looking in his mirrors and chopping across Seaworthen. Seaworthen involved in all of the racing along with Ton Vanichko. They were, hitting and making contact with Keanu Al-Zahari from what we saw. And now they're very nearly making contact with each other.
Yeah, they are the aggressive drivers in this race, but so far things remaining the way they were before. Tom Vanichko very much on the defensive line. Seaworthen looking left and right, almost going over the top at one point. But yeah, no way through for him at the moment.
Ninovich, fastest lap of the race being set for him at the moment. And now he will try and pull away from Freddie Slater, who will now get himself with mirrors full of the high-tech car of Deegan Fairclough. Abby Pulling looking like a driver in the mix. She is really on the attack at the moment. Kanata Lee is the driver in front of her. Kanata Lee, of course, doing a dual campaign, which is also the case for Yamakoshi, also the case for Slater. DRS is now enabled, but they're all doing a dual campaign with Frecker this year, so they have been in and out of this championship, and it's been a surprising championship, I think it's fair to say, from start to finish. Deegan Fairclough, though, Wes, it's great to see that he's also being able to fight after a bit of a scruffy start to his standards in the championship. It's great that he's been able to turn it all around and get some good results.
It's been a very scruffy start, yeah, I know. A lot of people, including myself, I have to say, thought that he was going to continue on the success he had from British F4. But yeah, it's been very up and down, to say the least. He's been a bit more consistent in recent races, but yeah, probably not where everybody thought he was going to be at this point in the championship.
Absolutely, he's trying to end it on a high there, possibly before another year in the championship next season, or he might move on to bigger and better things as well as he continues his road on towards Formula 1. Some drivers have gone straight to Formula 3 from this level. We've even seen a driver like John Bennett go to Formula 2 at minimum. Of course, maybe a year in Frecker. There's so many different options that you could do. Of course, it wouldn't be Frecker next year. It would be the the Formula Regional Championship with the FIA as well. Now organising that one as well, it would be Freck. So we're looking forward to covering and bringing you that as well next year, Wes.
Yeah, that's right. I suppose if we wanted to, we could say that the engines will be Auto Technica, I think. So you could, I suppose, maybe keep the A in there. But yeah, we're kind of grasping at straws. Frecker just seemed to work so well as a name. It got very popular. But yeah, Alpine on their way out, unfortunately, from that championship, which is a great shame.
It is a great shame as well, because they did so well and it became the main source of drivers going from that level to Formula 3. It will continue to be, but they did so well and created such a good system. There was, of course, lots of hype about the new car that was incoming for them. By the way, due to the very long time that we had behind the safety car, this race has now become a timed race. So we won't be able to complete the 18 laps, most likely. So we've turned this into a timed event instead. And we've got 12 minutes on the clock to go. And how it works in this championship, of course, is when it ticks down, that is when the race is over, on that lap where it turns to 0. Bit of a battle going on here, though, Wes. Pradell on the attack of Hoytsenroder at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. And Hoytsenroder's had some very good speed in the last few races, so a bit odd to see him seemingly struggling. He's couple of seconds now behind Egan Fairclough in third, and Pradell's more or less on the back of him. He could probably get a little bit closer before he can attempt an overtaking pass, but yeah, he's sliding a little bit. I've been watching him, and he's sliding through one or two of the corners, so perhaps grip not quite to his liking there in that XL GP car.
Yeah, appears that way at the moment. So the XL Motorsport driver just struggling a little bit as Pradell looks to try and see where his rival is strong, where his rival is weak, and so many times we have seen in this championship, of course, that the drivers find themselves with
Sorry about that.
Yeah, they'll find them. Gone.
That was a very... Yeah, I think that was a moped going by.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it appeared like at the moment. But yeah, it will. It appears like the drivers now at this stage are trying to force mistakes out of each other. It's what we've seen plenty of times in the GB3 Championship and around a circuit like this, where it is a driver's circuit, where the challenge is high, and where Pradell is trying to get a good exit to put some pressure on. This is the battle for fourth position. DRS, you get down the straight, which isn't really straight. It depends what you want to call straight, but it is where we start our race. I think it's fair to say, Wes.
Yeah, exactly. And Jean-Marc Pradell getting very close through Paddock Hill Bend and up into Druids to the back of Patrick Hoytsenroder, who is holding his ground for the moment, at least. But yeah, we're coming on to that DRS straight now, down Pilgrim's Drop, and we'll see just how close Pradell can get to the back of Hoytsenroder now. He's not quite going to be close enough now through Hawthorne's Bend, the right-hander, as they come up to the next right-hander there. And he's definitely in his mirrors, so Hoytsenroder knows he's there, but yeah, so far holding his ground. We'll have to wait and see if Pradell's got anything up his sleeve.
Well, on the evidence of this lap, he's looking close, but is it close enough to attack anywhere around this circuit? Ninevich, Slater, Fairclough, all with decent gaps to each other. It's Hoytsenroder, though, the driver to keep an eye on to see where he is in comparison. 2 seconds out in front. Pradell would have been close. He would have been giving himself an opportunity, but no way through at the moment. We are looking at, if you are synced up with us, we're looking at the driver in the race lead, our championship leader, looking to try and extend his championship lead as well. The top three doing well at the moment in time. It is challenging to overtake. I'm so looking forward to race number 3. later on, Wes, because it is Brands Hatch, and with these very big machines, with these very big cars, it is quite difficult to overtake around the circuit. Race number 3 is where you just mix it all up and send the drivers out and see what happens, as well with the reverse grid. So it can get very, very interesting when it comes to that as we make our way through. But Slater back with this championship now after the race he had with the race that he had last time out, and then the race he's getting to do today. Back to the battle. There we go for 4th, and Pradell still is close, but still has to remain in behind.
Yeah, that's right. Patrick Hoytzenroder there pulled out just a little bit of a gap, and oh dear, Pradell's on the entrance to clearways. They're getting on the grass just a little bit, so he's trying to use as much of the track as he possibly can. But he, of course, wants to be careful. There is obviously aero wash coming off the back of all of these cars, and it can make a lot of the corners very, very tricky. And you have to be so committed into these quick corners. A lot of them are very, very quick indeed. So yeah, we don't want to see what happened to Jack Sherwood yesterday.
Absolutely. We don't indeed. Abby Pulling trying to see whether there's a chance to make an overtake here as well. She's on the back of Kanato Lee. DRS open for the Rodin Motorsport driver. We were hearing earlier on in the broadcast about how Rodin working together and what a great connection they all have as well, whether it be Pradell, whether it be Ninovic, or whether it be Abby Pulling. A great solid lineup, a lineup quite in contention for most rounds across our top 10. And Abby Pulling, we described yesterday the challenge, the different challenge that she's facing, from winning the F1 Academy Championship last year to now racing in the GB3 Championship this year. A fully funded seat, of course, heading her way this season, and she really needed it. She got it, and she's getting some great experience of racing here in the UK. Further behind, Noah Lyle coming under a little bit of threat. That's Will McIntyre, our winner from race 3 at Silverstone earlier on this year, getting super close, looking to try and make the move all the way around the outside. That would be brave stuff from Will McIntyre, but he'll be sent out wide. And Noah Lyle will just keep hold of the place.
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure they made contact there, going through that right-hander at Druids. Yeah, Will McIntyre had a very, very good run at Lyle. Lyle was absolutely determined not to let him through, though, around the outside. But I think now McIntyre is going to try to line up another move. He's in the slipstream, not quite going to be close enough through the right-hander here. But yeah, very, very racy at the moment is Will McIntyre.
He is indeed, as they make their way through. So what a dramatic race start it was, as well, with all of the contact that we had. And then after the safety car restart, it has been quite wild between Tarn Van Ichkel and Risa Siworthen. But other than that, it has been look for some moves and see whether you can get there. Will McIntyre, that's the approach that he's taking. As we come over the line again, you can expect McIntyre to be close, to have an opportunity as we go back over to this battle between Pradell and Hoytzenroder, and nothing doing there. Now, my question is McIntyre going to be able to take back that position? Is he going to be able to take the place further back? We're still watching this battle at the moment, but I could assume that McIntyre was definitely considering something up against Lyle, considering how he's been pushing on. Pradell on the last lap, lap number 13, was a little bit quicker on that lap time. McIntyre still in behind as well. 4 minutes to go on the clock.
Yeah, that's right. We're getting another demonstration of just how difficult it is to overtake on this track now. Anyone defending just can immediately go to the inside line, and it makes it almost impossible. You've got to have so much more speed than the car in front in order to take that outside line through any of these corners. So yeah, very, very narrow track, very, very fast. And it just makes it incredibly tricky to pull off a move.
Ninovic with another fastest lap of the race. It is a race which, at the moment, will be won as it stands by 2.8 seconds by Ninovic, but he's going to try and continue to extend the advantage. Over the line we go. To Paddock Hill Bend we go. Nothing doing there. Seaworthen closing in on Ton Van Ichkel as well. It's just another case of everyone so close, but still a little bit too far to make any sort of approach around this Brands Hatch circuit. Race number 3 is the one where we throw the whole field, we throw the whole grid around. We reverse the top 12 from qualifying, and the opportunities come. Could this be an opportunity for Pradell? Thinking about it, to the inside, doesn't go for it. It wasn't a gap to the inside that was enough for him to try and send an overtake. So he's back into the wheel tracks, back to just stuck behind territory for him on this racing lap in GB3.
Yeah, that's right. I want to give a quick shout out as well, if I can, to the Gonzalez brothers. We haven't really spoken about them at all this weekend. Rodrigo and Patricio. It's their first time in GB3. They're racing at the back currently in 17th and 18th. But you know what? Their speed has been pretty good for first timers. And yeah, at the moment, Patricio is trying to hold off the recovering Nikita Johnson in 19th position. So yeah, let's see how they can do. But yeah, shout out to them.
Absolutely. And yeah, a challenge for Johnson with the issues that he had in qualifying, along with the factor that he's trying to adapt as well when it comes to Formula 3 back to GB3. So many of these drivers racing in so many different series, but to go from the F3 car and everything that you have available in that over to this GB3 machine, it can be quite the difference for the drivers. Okay, does Seaworthen have a chance? Does he have anything to get past Tan Van Ichkel, getting a strong slipstream, trying to pull alongside? Tan Van Ichkel was always going to aggressively just shut that door, and still no way through at the moment. Meanwhile, we go on to what should be the final lap of the race with our race leader Ninovic, as meanwhile getting super tight, aggressive stuff out on the circuit at the moment.
Yeah, and you can see, even though Seaworthen was massively compromised by running wide off the track there was just nothing Flynn Jacks could do about it. So he couldn't even really get alongside. So yeah, a lot of problems with the narrowness of this track in certain places there.
The clock will hit 0 in a few moments' time. This is the last lap of GB3. And it has been an absolute dominant weekend so far from Alex Ninovic. He will have to produce some overtaking from 12th, but car number 12 has not had any overtaking to do in race 1 or race 2, because it has been a domination from lights out to checkered flag for the Rodin Motorsport driver. The championship leader has come into this season and completely taken control of this championship, a championship where he will find himself extending his advantage at the front. It will be Ninovic who will come round the final corner and will take the second race of GB3 at Brands Hatch. Alex Ninovic wins race number 2, Freddie Slater's in second, and Deegan Fairclough gets another good podium for him. Hoynton Road is in 4th, and then it's Pradell in 5th. It was many chances in that battle, many chances further back as well to try and make some overtakes, but nothing came. They were always just a bit too far back, and we're into the wall. We're into the wall there.
That's one of the Gonzalez brothers, I think in the VRD car. Yeah, Rodrigo. Oh, that's such a shame. I was singing their praises earlier on in this race, and yeah, he's gone and stuffed it down there at the left-hander. But yeah, that's very similar to what Jack Sherwood did, actually. It's such a tricky left-hander there. You got to have full commitment and get the line exactly right. And yeah, just a bit of oversteer, and then he got onto the grass, and yeah, it was curtains from there.
Yeah, we will of course now be preparing for race number 3. Let's hope that car gets cleared quickly. We don't want to delay the schedule at all, because if we were the ones to delay the schedule, it will come to bite us later on, considering we're the last ones who are actually running today. So the GB3 drivers have kept it fairly good because we've only got 15-minute gaps between races as well, and GB3 I would assume would be cutting it very close to the curfew later on today. So they have to be careful with the way that they approach the races, and we asked the same from the Genettas as well, that'll be out there racing and hopefully putting on a show. But putting on a show in terms of a dominant display was Alex Ninovich, same place as yesterday, roaring as the winner, and he knows he has done it once more. What a performance from him. And I mean, at some point, round number one, we were saying about how does someone beat Freddie Slater. Now it's how does anyone beat Alex Ninovich. It's really been a domination of a season, and Ninovich displaying his talent, exactly the type of campaign that he would have wanted. And I mean, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be very excited to see him go into Formula 3, hopefully next year as well, and show us some of his talent there.
Yeah, me too. And yeah, he seems to have the measure of both Freddie Slater and Deacon Fairclough. He won that very convincingly by just about 2 seconds over the line. And yeah, if Slater's struggling to come up with an answer for Ninovich's pace, then it really shows what just a huge amount of confidence and car control he has, and that confidence is going to be sky high at the moment as he celebrates with his Rodin team. And I think we're just about to hear from him in an interview with John Jackson.
Weekend for you so far, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So far it's been the perfect weekend we could have hoped for, and I can't be happy enough. You know, the car feels amazing, and I'm on point this weekend, and everything's come together really well. So it shows from the 2 top qualifiers and then the 2 wins in the races with a nice margin. So yeah, I can't complain about anything.
Piers, wanted me to ask you during the race on commentary where this ranks in your race weekends. Is this your best ever race weekend?
Definitely, so far. Definitely, to get the double pole and the double win, it's definitely ranks as probably my best weekend so far. And yeah, I'm just extremely excited. I'm super happy with the result, and it obviously gives us some good points in the championship.
We've had a little bit of a delay, so there's a little bit of a shorter turnaround between this and the reverse grid race. Is that a problem for you, or is that you take that in your stride?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the reverse grid, see what happens there. Being so close turnaround, I think it might keep us a bit more awake than getting a bit tired in between the long sessions. So I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to that and see where it goes, starting from 12th, keep it safe and try and get a few points.
Yeah, I would imagine more points on the way. Congratulations on your second win this weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, Alex Ninovich with Rodin. Freddie Slater, we speak again, same result as yesterday, and still great pace for yourself, but Alex also with the great pace too.
Yeah, we need to find where we're missing. I think we know where it is. It's just hard to extract that in such a short amount of time, and obviously we're looking for fine margins. We're not looking for half a second, you know, at some point. So we just got to dig in a little bit for race 3, see obviously if we can improve the car for the dirty air, especially because obviously there's 11 cars in front of us. So we're going to try and manage that and see how we get on and have some fun in race 3.
You're hopeful of some overtakes because there's not been too many overtakes, well, up front not many at all.
Yeah, lap 1 I'll definitely be getting stuck in to see what I can do, and obviously the start's going to be crucial, and then after we'll see how the race plays out. Hopefully a few picking off with a few mistakes in front, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Excellent, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And not too long to wait until we have to do that as well, because we're going to have the race starting at 5:55, which means our broadcast will start around about 5:25. You can hear Deacon Fairclough being interviewed actually by the course interviewer, so I mean I'll just wait and we can just watch him being interviewed here. Here we go. Right, Deacon, congratulations, another podium for you. I mean, epic pace by everyone in the top 3, like it was exactly the same as yesterday.
Yeah, I was hoping one of them would make a mistake, but it's so close, and the lap times we're trading like thousandths at this point now in the weekend. So fair play to both of them, they've been doing really well, but the race was over after 2 meters on the main straight. So the dirty air is just a bit of a pain around this circuit because it's so abrasive. But yeah, no, looking forward to the reverse grid later on. Hopefully we can maximise some overtaking points, and that would be nice to end the weekend off.
What do you realistically think is possible in that next race?
Cool, anything can happen. So just got to maximise out of the situation. You can't predict anything. But yeah, just more points. The top 5 would be brilliant. I think 2/3 in the top 5 would be an awesome way to end this weekend.
Yeah, get out there and get stuck in. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deegan Fairclough. Thank you very much to John Jackson as well, who was speaking with the top 3 for us as well. And well, Wes, that was quite fun, but you know, now it's time for the real fun to begin. Race number 3, reverse grid around Brands Hatch. Ninovich, he can have all the pace in the world. How does he deploy it? That's the question. And I feel like this circuit has worked so well for him. It's a circuit that he has embraced. It's a circuit that he's just gelled with. That you can have someone like Slit, you can have drivers like Fairclough behind, but the driver and circuit combination just is working so perfectly, as he's mentioned, his best weekend.
Oh, absolutely, yes, and certainly it's going to be tricky for him to come back up through the grid once they get reversed, but he's just been on fire today, and it's going to be interesting, if nothing else, to see how he deals with not being up front for a change and having to sort out that slipstream of the cars in front. So yeah, very, very interesting to see, as reverse grid races almost always are.
Yeah, it's quite a shame. In GB4, we had some great... it's a shame that GB4 won't get the reverse grid, because we've had a similar dominant display in that as well as to what we're seeing by Ninovich in GB3 at the moment. So it's a bit of a shame that we're not going to get that GB4 reverse grid race that we all would have been looking forward to. But yeah, we've had a dominant display, a similar one in that, and a remarkable one, a speechless one, which was great to watch earlier on in the morning. As I mentioned, their race has been cancelled, unfortunately. They'll be racing once again at Donington, which we would love to bring you that weekend, but Wes told me all of the series that are on that weekend, and if they want to go for 4 races, don't think we've got time, unfortunately, for the GB4 Championship that weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the same week as not only F1 and F1 Academy at Singapore, but we also have a Formula Regional as well that weekend. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. So yeah, as much as we do love GB4, and we do watch it, probably not this time, but who knows? Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year as well. And yeah, of course, also just to consider that we've of course got the GB3 races as well. We've got 3 of those to call on the same weekend, as well as they all race at Donington. But yeah, will be quite a packed schedule there, I'm sure, at Donington Park as well. But yeah, there's a lot going on that weekend, so we won't be able to bring you the final round of GB4, but we hope that they have good 4 races there. And hopefully we can entertain you with a good reverse grid race as well. Race number 3 of the weekend. Race highlights, Wes, we're taking a look at, and all of the chaos that did take place. So look, and so we have Altaheri diving to the inside of Tarn Van Ichkul. Siwurthan's there as well. And it's just a mess, isn't it, farther behind?
It was a mess. Yeah, everyone was trying to go for the same piece of track roughly at the same time. And we also saw the other bit of action was towards the end, as Gonzalez ended up in the barriers, sadly for him. But yeah, that was pretty much all the action we had from this race, unfortunately, right at the start and then right at the very end.
Yeah. I absolutely love how the highlights just basically went straight from the race start all the way right till the end of the race. Oh well, I think that sums that up.
The poor editor there was like, you've given me nothing to work with.
Oh, Oh, well, hopefully we change
Oh,
that for
dear.
race 3. Hopefully we change that for race 3. It won't be looking the best on social media, I can tell you, at the end of today. Right, Ninovich ended as the winner, then it was Slater, Fairclough, Hoytson, Pradell, Yamagoshi, Darianani, Lee, pulling with a great result, holding off Lyle, who finishes in 10th. A reminder to you that all results are provisional. Fastest lap went, as expected, to Alex Ninovich, 1 minute 18.762. Then it was McIntyre in 11th, Sherwood in 12th, Flusha, Tan Van Ichkel, Seaworthen, Jacques, Gonzalez, that is Patrico Gonzalez in 17th, Nikita Johnson in 18th, then Bustamante and Rodrigo Gonzalez in 20th. And our 21st car, a retirement, and that was Keanu Al-Zahari, who had contact on the opening lap for High-Tech TGR. We will confirm the championship standings for you in a second, as we look down on this Brands Hatch circuit. And we've got the championship standings for you now. Alex Ninovich, 358 points. Pat Hoytson 291, he's in second. Pradell's in third with 276. Fairclough and McIntyre round out your top 5. And then it's Al-Zahari in 6th, then Lyle, Siwurutan, Slater's in 9th, and Kai Darinani is in P10. Realistically, Wes, we're looking at a battle for 2nd place in this championship battle.
Yeah, there is an absolutely huge gap of nearly 70 points, I think that is. Given my average math skills, but yeah, definitely the closest battle between Hoytzenroder and Pradell, who interestingly were also battling in this race, so they're certainly aware of how competitive things are at the moment, with an outside shot of Deegan Fairclough as well, perhaps in contention for 2nd place.
Yep, absolutely. Okay then, we will be back in about 2.5 hours time for GB3, race number 3. 5:50 I'd say is the good time to get to us, considering sometimes the races can start a few minutes earlier. So while the official time is stated at 5:55, I would suggest you just join us at 5:50 just to be safe. But of course, just join us even earlier, because we'll of course have the pre-show and all of the build-up for myself, Wes, John Jackson, Piers Pryor, along with all of the drivers. Wes, final thoughts from this one then?
Final thoughts. The drivers need to try a lot harder, get a bit braver, I think. And with obviously the different levels of speed and drivers being out of position, as is the way with reverse grids, yeah, we should see some very, very interesting moves in race 3.
We should indeed, and it should be quite a lot of fun. Now, directly before we go off, I just want to quickly make sure that there hasn't been any statements that have come out in the time being, or any form of news as well. So we'll just quickly check on that as well as we await news. We'll hopefully bring it to you as well in race number 3. Hopefully we have heard something by that point. If not, then we will make sure to definitely keep you guys updated on social media, so make sure you take a look at the JB Motorsports socials, and also there will be an IndyCar broadcast later, which I'll make sure to also bring it up on as well. Looking at it, our last announcement was 3 hours ago from Ginetta, so nothing has come as of yet. So we'll update you for a reverse grid race later on, whether that changes. For now, enjoy the next few hours with a lot of Ginetta racing out there on the circuit. We'll be back later, and we hope to see you there. Goodbye.